If I had prison sex because of you, I'd be so mad. Are you calling me daddy?
I'm not calling you
anyway,
daddy.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to... What did you do?
What?
Can you hear anything?
Hello? No.
Oh, my God.
Hello? Yeah.
Dude, she immediately goes, hey, what's up?
Zach, you just f***ed it up again.
Yeah, that's what you did. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Dropouts. This is episode 35.
Jared looks like a little schoolgirl watching his teacher being like, I'm in love.
That is not at all what I'm thinking.
But a schoolgirl's number I try to get, Jared. You're cute. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
Anyway, guys, a very eventful week. Actually, things happened this week.
I think this is one of our most eventful weeks.
Yeah, we actually have stuff to talk about.
Indy almost died, but we'll talk about that later. What's up? Here's some intro music.
Okay.
Beep, boop, boop. Almost died twice.
I think the biggest takeaway from this week is just don't do drugs, kids.
Yeah, don't do drugs. But let's start off at the front. Jared went out of town to surprise a young girl.
Can we say her name? You posted her and everything.
I guess.
Hannah.
Hannah.
He went out of town to
Not
go
Montana.
surprise Hannah from Ohio.
Hannah, Ohio.
Is she from Ohio?
We're from the same hometown. So I flew to Ohio. That was the big surprise. That was the big Valentine's Day surprise. I wanted to go. I corroborated with her roommates, and I was like, hey, this is the idea I have. Do you guys think she would like this? And they were like, oh my God, she would love that.
So you surprise her for Valentine's Day. Boom, on a plane. There, you're at her door. You walk in. What does she say?
She seemed mad.
Dude, I was so scared at first.
The f*** are you doing here?
What if she had another guy there?
No, you have no idea how scared I was. Not I trust her, and
Yeah.
I know she's literally her most recent ex cheated on her, so I figured she wouldn't be like
You
that.
figure you'd be like,
But then at the same time, I was just like, man, what if this is a classic movie moment where I walk in and there's another guy?
She's
on-
banging some
you've
guy
got
on the
flowers.
couch.
You drop them to the ground.
Yeah.
you give her a look.
You drop the bottle of champagne and just go,
Everything
champagne?
just
Did you say champagne?
It was
You drop-
Pinot Grigio. I'll have you know.
You drop the bottle of wine and go, I trusted you.
and then
So
you play
dramatic.
your own song and then leave.
So we go ahead.
I mean it.
Okay, so you walk in. She sees you. She's on a work call, correct?
Yeah, I didn't know this at first. So I wanted her to come answer the door. And so her roommate was texting me. She's like, oh, she's on the couch in the living room. When you're coming up the steps, be careful. So I duck down, I go to the door and I text her and I'm like, because I told her that a gift was coming. So I was like, hey, I just got an email that your gift was dropped at the door. Right. And then her roommate was just she's like, F it, just come in. Right. So then I open the door and she's sitting in the perfect spot on the couch, staring straight at the door. And
She knew who you were immediately?
No, it definitely took her a second. She looked at me.
That's the funniest thing when shit like that happens. It's just you're like, oh shit.
Because
That's the guy I'm dating long distance. Who would have thought?
because
No, but it takes a
obviously-
second to register shit because sometimes you're so used to seeing them on the screen. That happened to me. When I was dating somebody long distance, you're so used to seeing them on your phone and on your screen. I opened up it was my wardrobe. I opened up my wardrobe and my ex-boyfriend at the time surprised me long distance, and I opened up my wardrobe and I went, what the hell are you doing here?
You just had that little
Look
bit.
at you being 3D.
You had that little bit of lag where you're just the fucking computer noises start.
Okay,
Loading.
you walk
Yeah.
in. She sees you. She gets excited. What does she say?
Well, so I open the door. I go hi, and then she's like,
Play the video.
hi.
Are you kidding me?
No.
What the fuck? She's on a Zoom call with her work. No, I need to leave. I need to leave. Oh my fucking god. This is not real. This isn't real whatsoever.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Oh my god. Hi.
So I go hi, and then she's like, what the fuck?
But not even what the f***? She
But,
goes,
like,
what
angry.
the f***?
Yeah,
What did your heart drop?
dude, a little bit. I was just like,
Oh no.
is this a bad thing? I fucked up royally. And then she's like, and then it kind of got a little sweeter after that. She was just she's like, what the fuck? No, this isn't happening. This isn't, and then her roommate was on the couch. She's like, she's on a work call, on a Zoom call with her work.
Wait, why would her roommate tell you to come in if she's on a work call?
Because she would have been there for a while, I'm sure.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's freezing in Ohio right now. There's snowstorms.
But it was so funny. Yeah, her roommate's like, yeah, she's on a Zoom call with her work. And she goes, no, I have to leave. And like,
Because I'm done with this.
literally exits out of the work meeting. I found out later it was her last day, so it was like kind of fine for her to do that. But
Was she kind of fine when you walked in?
and then it went from like total surprise to like, hi, she got up and hugged me. She's like, what are you doing here? And then it was so funny. Her roommate Maggie is like, she reminds me a lot of Zach, where she's extremely sarcastic and witty.
Sexy?
And I'm not.
Sometimes it takes a bit for his jokes to register, and you're like,
Anyway, so Hannah goes, she's like, did you guys know about this? Because like 3 of her roommates were there. And Maggie goes, no, he just walked in. Like he just showed up.
God, we didn't even want him here.
But no, it was really cute. And then just like got to spend the weekend with her.
she's coming here in a couple.
Yeah, she is
2
coming.
weeks?
Yeah. So
10
that's
days or something?
that's exciting.
And then she's going to stay in my room, you said? Or
No, Zach, we talked about this.
Oh, we're going to stay in a hotel together, me and her, and then you'll be here. And then we'll like commute in the mornings.
And
Got
I'm
it.
putting the first night I'm gonna put rose petals on the bed just so it's like warm.
Yeah, well, I know.
Inviting.
I don't want to feel her body sexually. I just want to
No,
kind of
I
be with
just-
her intimately.
Well, I remember you
Exactly.
saying that you did want to feel her.
Oh,
body
my
sexually.
bad. That's right. You're right. That is my bad. Yeah. Anyway, go ahead.
It was nice. It was like weird meeting the people that like she always talks about, because I'm like, it's kind of like little local celebrities. I'm like, oh, Hannah talks about you all the time or whatever. And
Shook her dad's hand.
I did. We had dinner or lunch.
You had dinner with their family?
We had lunch with her mom and dad.
The dad's
on
always the scariest.
Is
Valentine's
the dad
Day.
nice?
Dad's
on
super
Valentine's
nice.
Day.
On Valentine's
You guys
Day.
didn't spend it alone?
No, not really. Like in the morning, they like all of her roommates had like a group breakfast where like they each made something. So like somebody made eggs, somebody made waffles, somebody made.
And you made Hannah's day.
Oh,
Go ahead.
so sweet. But yeah, so
It's my
then
least favorite holiday. I'm sorry. I hate it.
we spent like the night or like the second half of the day alone.
I'm glad you had a good time away.
Yeah, I'm glad you had a good time.
Well, while you were gone, okay, so you're gone. I'm in my room asleep. I'm like, ooh, slumber, dreaming about you know what. Well, not like that wasn't.
What's
I just meant
it's
meant
Hannah.
like
he was dreaming about Hannah.
Zach?
possibly no.
How could you
But
do this to
I was
me?
dreaming PG, and then I get a call. I get a few calls, and it wakes me up from my slumber. I said, what could this be? I see Indiana's name in my phone. I said, well, it's 3 a.m. This can't be good. I answer the call. She is screaming in my ear. You want to take it from here?
Okay, no, that was it. That's the night you jumped ahead. So
What was before that?
okay, so it's Valentine's, right? And like,
Oh wait, the timeline. I was talking that happened first.
oh, you're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, my
I'm
bad.
so lost.
Okay, sorry. Scratch everything I just said. Just okay. So I call him. It's about like 2:30 in the morning. I've texted him like 10 times. I called him about 1,000,000 times. Riley and I are alone in our brand new apartment, and somebody's trying to break into our apartment.
Nice.
Ooh, that's your reaction, Jared? Nice. We've
We're
been holding
being
out the
for
story
real.
for this
Jared,
long.
we're actually being serious.
Oh, she's told me this before.
Ah, you remembered.
Oh, this is what you were trying to keep
Yeah.
it.
I told you
oh.
not to tell
I
him.
know. I'm sorry. I think I just let it slip.
Yeah, no, she told me the whole thing.
Sorry.
Well, give me. Okay, well, they don't know that you know that, so just give me some reaction. You go, oh, sick.
Well,
you almost.
You didn't have any reaction either. You just stared
because
at
he
me.
was there and he was just explaining it.
Oh.
Jared, somebody tried to break into Riley and I's apartment, and we're actually being dead for real. Like somebody was wiggling at the door, bashing on our door. We had to call the cops and everything.
Nice. I'm sorry.
Wow, you're the
I'm
worst
sorry.
person.
Okay, so basically it's about-
but no, that's really fucking scary. I didn't.
Yeah, it seems like it.
No, you guys built that up. I didn't realize, like, they've been building up this thing, like, don't tell Jared. Like, did you
Yeah,
already tell Jared? No, he probably forgot or whatever.
Of course
And
he didn't
I had-
forget this
I
whole
had,
My bad,
I had
sorry.
no idea what they were talking about. I thought it had to do with, like, her being sick. And then you guys would just, like, all of a sudden you're like,
Nah, I got
someone
some
tried to
stories from that,
break.
though.
All of a sudden you guys were like, someone tried to break into our apartment. And then they both turn and look at me and just, like, are waiting for my reaction.
Someone
On
tried to
camera.
break in, and
Yeah, it's
We
really
assume
fucking,
kill.
It's really
We
fucking
went to-
scary.
Okay, so basically, it's about 2:30 in the morning. Riley and I just dropped off a friend. We were just hanging out with a friend for the day, and so we drove her home. She lives about 20 minutes away, right? Drove her home. We have a few extra things in my car just because we've been moving, whatever. Our hands are full. I drive in, and I notice some guy starting to rattle at our gate, like pulling at the gate, and like it's just the two of us. 2:30 in the morning. No one's out. No one's around. And I look, and he's really tugging at it, like trying to get in, and I'm like, Riley, let's go. Like I freaked. I got scared. So I closed the door,
Rightfully
locked it.
so.
Yeah, I closed the door, locked it, ran inside, Like, and all this is caught on our building's Ring cameras too. I'm not going to show it because I don't want them to know what building we're in, but yeah.
Oh, like you actually saw the footage?
Everything's caught on the Rings.
Oh,
Yeah, so as she was pulling up to the
everything.
gate.
This is a ballsy move for this guy.
Ballsy move for this guy, whatever though. Just because the area I live in, it's a ballsy move.
Yeah.
So as I'm pulling into the gate, he like tries to sprint across the road to make it in as the gate's open, but like he misses it by a hair. By a effing hair.
Thank God.
Thank the Lord, because if he had made it in, I don't know what I would have done. Like, I don't know what I would have done. I think that my car is now parked where his ex-girlfriend used to park or something. And so, like, he managed to we went upstairs, and Riley and I were like, that was scary, but we didn't really think much of it. We're like, whatever. How could he get in? There's no way possible. I'm in a secure building. 10 minutes later, I am like just in my underwear brushing my teeth at this point. I'm getting ready for bed. I'm in the comfort of my own home, right? Riley walks in and she goes, Indy. I said, what? She goes,
Whoa. Whoa.
what? No, I go, what? And she goes, someone's at our door. And I said, ugh, because we've been having a lot of trouble with our neighbors. Like
a lot of noise complaints.
When we're doing nothing, might I add.
When you're not even at the apartment.
When I'm literally not, when no one's even home at the apartment, still getting noise complaints. So, and my mom was there to witness one a couple days ago. We do nothing in that apartment but sit and watch movies.
So you thought it was your neighbor?
Right. We thought it was my neighbor, so I was like, great. So I had to quickly, I was brushing my teeth, figured that out, put on a sweatshirt, went to the door, looked through the door, and I don't know what my neighbors look like. So I went to unlock it, and then I went, wait, quickly locks again. He's bashing on the door. It took me a second to realize it's the guy from downstairs at the garage.
Of course it is.
And he's bashing on the door going, Kristen, open the up. Kristen, let me the F in. Like, I know you effing live here. Open the F up. Da-da-da, like bashing on the door.
And that's when he found out that Riley has a secret identity named Kristen.
Yes, that is when I found out. I almost opened the door and I was like, I don't know who Kristen is. I'm not Kristen. Kristen doesn't effing live here. Like, stop. And he goes, I know you effing live here. Da-da-da-da-da. And I was like, ah! And so that's when I call you. I go, Zach, somebody's trying to break into our apartment. What do we do? And he goes, all right, I'll head over because we live 5-10 minutes apart, whatever.
So I rush over as fast as I can. And I'm on the phone with her. Yeah, I get there quickly, but I'm like, what? Have you called the cops? And she's like, no, not yet. I called you. And I said, well, call them.
Anyway, so whatever. We're still on the phone to Zach. And we didn't know whether we needed to call because at the end, we thought it was just some drunk guy looking for his girlfriend. We were like, how can he really get in? I mean, you know what I mean? We're kind of a little skeptical about it. Then we hear then he goes for a second time, starts fiddling on the handle, trying to bash the door in, and we go, ah! And Riley and I grab scissors. We don't even have knives in this apartment yet. Lock ourselves in our bathroom, and Zach goes, call 911. And I go, okay. So we call 911, and 911 are on their way. Then we're on the phone to, I don't remember if it was you or 911. We hear a massive thud and just bashing starts, and we think he's gotten in, or we think he's on our balcony now. Holy shit, all hell broke loose for Riley and I start uncontrollably shaking. I'm telling 911, I'm like, I don't know if he's in the apartment. I don't know if
Meanwhile, I've gotten there, and there's a code outside of her thing where you can't get in unless you call her and she lets you in.
Or you have a key, so which is really inconvenient. It's safe, but it's also very inconvenient. But I'm not going to hang up on 911. They told me not to hang up on
But I'm literally there's a guy breaking in. 911's not here. I'm here. Let me in. And she's she's texting, I can't let you in. I'm like, I am here. I will get him out of here. Just let me in. Hang up for a second. Call me. Let me in. Call 911 back.
But if I call 911 back, then I'm going to have to give them.
But they're already on the way.
I don't know, Zach. I fucking panicked.
I know, but if a guy's coming in and 911's not there yet, and I'm there, I'm the first line of defense, I guess. And she's like, I don't know how to get you in. I was like, can you put him on a hold? She's like, I don't know how to do that.
I don't know how to do that. Anyway.
Can you put them on hold? Can you do that on a regular phone?
You can't. You can't do it on a regular. Oh, yeah, you can. There's the little hold button. I just don't know. Zach, I fucking panicked, okay? Now I know what to do if I'm ever in this situation again. Let's hope I'm not. But I panicked.
Should I read off the text?
Could you imagine telling the 911 operator, hey, can I put you on hold for a second?
Anyway, I'm screaming on the phone going, Zach, someone's trying to break into the apartment. And then a thud happens and I'm on the phone to 911. I go, I don't know if he's gone into the apartment or not. What do we do? We're locked in our bathroom right now. And she goes, ma'am, stay on the phone, stay calm, be quiet. Just stay silent. 911's almost there. We live super close to the police station. So they were on their way pretty fast. They got there within like 2 minutes, so they did a scan of the area. The guy had gone before then and whatever, but it was absolutely
So she's texting
terrifying.
me, separate text, Zach, urgent, please. Someone's trying to Brock, B-R-A-K.
I was like typing so frantically.
I said, I can't get up. Please let me in the callbacks. I'm on the phone with the police. I said, let me in the call box, please. I don't know how to get you in. I don't know how. Hang up and call back. I can't. Call police on Riley's phone. He said,
we also didn't have Riley's phone. We sprinted to the freaking bathroom and her phone's in the kitchen.
I said, you can switch over real quick without hanging up on him. Like, just put him on hold. She's like, how? And then.
Dude, I was panicking, okay? My heart was going.
Okay, so as this happens, the police come up and like I like run to the police. And then they're like, did you call? I think they thought I was the guy for a second. Cause
I was like kind of worried when you said you ran up to them.
I was on the phone to them and I was like, my friend's outside. He's in a red hoodie. It's not him. Like,
oh, okay.
Because I was scared that they were gonna think it was you and like.
Dude, imagine
you.
I'm just in jail, like.
Dude, if Zach got arrested for this, this would have been the all-time best podcast.
If I had prison sex because of you, I'd be so mad.
If I dropped the soap,
I do have slippery hands.
Okay.
But yeah, so I'm talking to the cops. They're like,
dude, Riley and I were so scared.
yeah, so we got
scared.
in with the cops, and then they searched the area. Everything was fine. Cops left. They said, sir, you can go see them now. So I went and saw them. They're like, we're scared. And then
dude, I was shaking like a leaf. It's terrifying to see this like guy like trying to bash our freaking door in.
So
like
then Jared gets home and he's like, hey, why is my bed messed up? I was like, oh yeah, the girl slept in there, but I didn't.
Oh,
We came
that's
home-
why you were so
Yeah.
casual about it.
Yeah.
we
that
came
makes
home.
sense.
We came home with Zach because Riley and I were too scared to stay there alone.
Oh,
Even though our parents were like, you should probably just stay there. What if he tries to break in again? And we were like,
Well,
if
you don't want to be there.
Yeah, we don't want to be there if he tries to break in. If he tries to break in, we got nothing of value there except a 85-inch TV. I'd love to see him carry that out with one person.
Hell yeah.
Oh, I would make a way.
Anyway, so that was event 1 that happened to me this week. Event 2, all of Valentine's Day, I didn't do anything. I was feeling really like sick and like out of it and like just not good all of Valentine's Day. I go to bed that night. I wake up in the morning and I'm like, ugh, like I feel like death. Like I'm so nauseous. I'm so sick. Like not feeling A1. Riley's got to go to work, but I also don't want to be alone. So I call Zach and I'm like, Zach, like I'm feeling really sick. Like what do I do? And he goes, I'm going to come over. So he comes over. At this point, like I'm feeling like.
Yeah, she's like, I'm feeling nauseous. So I go to 7-Eleven. I get her like Sprite. I give her like Pepto-Bismol, whatever. The works.
That Pepto-Bismol made me feel worse.
Yeah.
They weren't Pepto-Bismol. They were like little pink anti-nausea tablets. But I put one in my mouth and it made me gag instantly.
Yeah. So then she's still not feeling good, and then the puking begins. She starts. She doesn't eat much, but everything inside her body came out, and I was like, can't be good.
But it got to a point of I hadn't eaten anything that day, and I hadn't really eaten that night because like I just wasn't feeling good. Also, I don't eat a lot anyway, not because of like anything besides the fact I just don't have a big appetite. And like I hadn't eaten anything that day, nor had I drank anything. I couldn't hold a thing in my stomach, and so like I'd thrown up everything I could. So I was throwing up nothing at this point.
I've seen you throw up so many times now.
Yeah, you really have. I was throwing up nothing at this point.
When you're just like dry heaving,
well,
essentially?
It wasn't like dry heave. It was just like vile. It was the grossest thing. And it was like burning my throat. It was so bad. So I was like throwing up the whole day, right? And then like the chills start. Like, and I'm like, I'm absolutely just the whole day. I'm just like doing this like the whole day. But my body is just aching beyond belief. I've got the worst headache. I feel like death has like came and gave me the tightest squeeze ever. Like,
so I was like, okay, could be dying. Let's go to urgent care. So look up the closest urgent care. We go there. It's our local spot.
Jack shit. They pretty much know
was
me
it the
now.
same urgent care?
Same urgent care. Yeah, whenever.
Dude, I'm there all the time from like literally nausea and vomiting. That's why I'm always fucking there.
So I go in. I check her in. I just filled out your sheet. I hope
I was there a week ago for my finger.
Oh yeah, the same one. I fill out all her sheets and they're like, yeah, indeed, come back here, let's fix you up, and then give her a big shot in her butt.
Dude, it hurts so bad.
But it was the same doctor.
It was the same guy that did it last time.
Really? He remembered her
her
butt
awkward.
tattoo.
Because I got a tattoo on my booty, and he goes, "Did I give you this last time?" I went, "Yep," and he goes, "I remember from the tattoo." Oh. Well, that sucks.
Gave her a quick smack, moved on.
No, he didn't. But no, the same thing happened. Did you hear me throwing up in the room? when you were in the waiting room?
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you serious?
Because I saw the girl come out and get another bag.
I was back in the room, and that's how I'm a really loud throw upper, but also like I can't help it. Like it's not even like these throwing ups are not even the type where you have to force yourself to because you feel nauseous. I could not effing help it, and it was so bad. I just like tried so hard to not throw up in that urgent care because it's so echoey.
So we leave urgent care. She's like, "Can you drop me off in my apartment? Riley's there." I said, "Okay," and I drop her off at the apartment, and then I go back to my apartment, and then probably an hour later, I get another call.
I'm sleeping. I slept for about 20, 30 minutes. Like I was like, okay, like the Zofran shot's gonna help. Zofran's like a really strong anti-nausea. They give it to chemo patients to make sure that they don't throw up during chemo or anything. So I was like, okay, this will work, right? Because it has in the past. Like when I was like going through all the troubles with that past medication, it worked.
Yeah, she calls me up. She goes, "Happening again." I said, "I'll head over."
I was really sick.
So she was really sick. She was by the toilet. I brought in a mattress.
I was like, "Can you guys bring in a mattress to the bathroom?" Because I was like, "It's gonna be a long night."
So I brought in the mattress to the bathroom. She's sleeping on the mattress. I go to 7-Eleven. I get a thermometer because nobody has one. I put it in her mouth.
They felt me and they were like, "Dude."
Yeah.
Dude, she's hot. But I was freezing. I was like chilling. Like my body was like sweating, but like I was freezing. Couldn't be colder if I tried.
Put the thermometer in her mouth.
Also, this sounds like COVID. I was tested just so we can cut to the chase. I was tested and it wasn't.
Also not pregnancy.
No.
She got tested twice for that and COVID. Okay, so take the thermometer out. 101. I said, this can't be good.
101.7.
No, first one was 101.
Oh.
And then I get in contact with like a local nurse and like we're texting back and forth. And she's like, "Hey, if it goes any higher, let's take her to the whole emergency room. Yeah, just go get her some ice chips from 7-Eleven, feed it to her."
I'm like, at this point, I'm like kind of passing in and out.
Oh,
like,
Indy's like passing in and out. I got a thing of ice chips because I'm supposed to hydrate her.
I literally was like, I had nothing to eat or drink all day. Like I couldn't even get water down. Like I was literally, this was me on the mattress, like by the toilet. This was me.
So every couple of minutes, I have to like unhinge her jaw, like drop an ice cube, and almost like chew for her. I'm like, all right, let's get this down. And then she started learning the routine.
And so like I'd hear him like fiddle for ice, and I went.
She would just open her mouth, like she was just ready for the ice. And then I was like, all right.
It's like feeding a baby bird.
Yeah.
It's just like eyes closed, mouth up.
So about 30 minutes later, I'm like, let's check the temperature again, because if it goes any higher, we're going to the emergency room. So we stick the thermometer in again. Dude, on the thing, it wasn't reading right, and it was like, if it doesn't read right, insert rectally. I said, don't think that's an option. Directions, but I did not insert it rectally.
It said that or under your armpit. Those are the two.
Yeah, the two options, and I got a misreading on one of them. So we did
a weird place. I never would have thought.
Well, that was just
under
this
the
certain
arm.
thermometer. Some can be head, mouth,
Yeah.
ears.
Yeah.
So we put it on the armpit or mouth or wherever we were supposed to put it, and then it said 102.7. I said, "Oh, we're leaving."
I didn't even know what was happening. I just was lying there.
I basically
and like at this point, my body is like drenched in sweat because I'm like my body's trying to do that thing that you said that I made fun of you for.
Yeah, I was just explaining why you get the chills when you have a fever, and
Dude,
she made fun of me.
I was absolutely shaking my whole body, and my whole body was aching because of it. I just remember, like, I was passing in and out. Like,
I go under her armpits and basically, like, drag her up.
They go, okay, we're leaving. And I go, where are we going? What's happening? They go, we're going to the emergency room now. And I was like, why? I was so pissed. I was so mad that we had to go.
So we get her to the emergency room. We're like, okay. So
I get
I
in.
just got to make every time you say the temperature, I just think of 102.7 Kiss
Oh!
FM. That's all I think about.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
It's just one giant ad for Kiss
Yeah,
FM.
they purposely got me that sick.
So we get her in the car. It's about a 30-minute trip there. We drop her off at the emergency room.
We went to a fall one because all the one that we called beforehand to a bunch of ones, and we didn't want to wait like 2 hours to get in. So we went to a really far one because like we might have to drive a little further, but I'll get in quicker.
So we get there. We admit her. We're like, hey, she's not doing well. So
like,
they take her back.
I was also the color of a ghost at this point.
Yeah. And she's already the color of a ghost usually. So it's like, it was.
Like, I'm a really pale girl.
You are neon white.
Dude, Zach looks at me. He goes,
Neon white.
you don't look good. I said, well, no shit. Zach.
I don't remember saying that. I remember
Oh,
saying
maybe it was
failing bright
Riley.
either.
Anyway, so she goes
Riley
in.
would say that. She's pretty blunt.
She went,
Not your best look. That's probably what she said. Okay, so Riley and I drop her off at the thing. They won't let us in
because of COVID.
But like,
so
they're like, you guys can go stand outside in the cold. But luckily we had Riley's car. So me and Riley are just bonding for about 3 hours. We're just like, because we know each other, but not like that well. Like Riley wouldn't.
They hang out because like in a way, it was almost like Jared and Zach. Riley and Zach.
Close.
Riley and Jared are like the Zach and Indy, if that makes sense. Like, you guys are definitely closer than like, well, I don't know how to explain this. We're Zach and Jared, and you guys are Riley.
No, we're Zach and Jared. I'm Zach. That's Jared. Then you're Indy. Okay.
But do you know what I mean? Like, their friendship is closer than like their friendship. Like,
yeah, Riley and I would never go to the movies together by ourselves.
No.
So now we're
so I get admitted, and like there are 2 people ahead of me, and it was the funniest thing. Some guy was just complaining of like a headache or something, and he was just like, "Ma'am, when am I going to be seen?" And like, I'm literally sitting there. This is me covered in a blanket, sitting in the waiting room chair, going like this, because I know I'm about to throw up again. I just know it, and I didn't even have a bag with me. They go, Indy, they come in, they take me in like immediately because they read my temperature out there and they saw what I was earlier. They take my temperature again. They say, it says 101, and they go, okay. So they take me in, and could not be more terrified of needles. If anyone knows me, I'm like, I freak. The minute they tell me I need to get shots, I like immediately start panicking. I'm already having like the worst time. And this doctor, his name is Dr. Valentine. Very sweet. Thank you.
How ironic.
I know. That's what I said. I literally said that to him. I said, that's ironic that your name's Dr. Valentine. He goes, I've heard that a lot today and yesterday. And so I go in, and he was the sweetest. He reminds me of just like the doctor version of my grandpa, bald head and everything. Like,
Dr. Darrow.
No, but like literally. And he puts his hand on my shoulder. He goes, it's going to be just okay. You're going to be fine. We're just going to take some blood and do some blood work, and you're going to be just fine. And I look at him, and I start crying my eyes out because it's so emotional to be that sick and just be scared of needles. He goes, and I start hyperventilating. I go, he goes, you can't hyperventilate. You're just going to need to calm down, and we're just going to, it's going to be so fine. And they were really good. Like, any IV or needle I had at that hospital didn't hurt a bit. Whatever. So I'm sick. They do my blood. I thought I was going to be there a couple hours, just get some IV bags, some fluids, because I was so dehydrated, and be on my jolly merry way. It's been 3 hours at this point. Like, and I'm like, awesome.
Riley and I are like, so your favorite color is blue?
So the doctor walks into my room after 3 hours, and I'm still feeling like absolute death. They're not allowed in. So I'm just sitting in this emergency room by myself. By the way, hearing the most god-awful stories any person that feels like they're on their deathbed could hear, right? One of them was like, so why did you try to kill yourself, in the room next to me? And I'm literally like, oh God. And then the nurses out the front of me are going, yeah, we've got to go take this body to the body truck. And I'm literally like, oh my God. Like, I'm panicking at this point. He walks in finally. He goes, so you're going to need to stay here for the night. I said, I have to stay? He goes, you're going to need to stay. Like,
oh, shit.
Thanks, Jared. He goes, you're going to need to stay. And I go, why? He goes, your heart is racing like you're freaking Usain Bolt doing a marathon right now. Your white blood cell count is beyond high. Like, your temperature is still 102, and you think we're about to let you go home? I was like, oh, I was so sad. They let me say goodbye to Zach at least, though, because I was like really starting to get scared and like.
Oh my God.
So they wouldn't let anyone in.
How did you laugh about that?
And then she's like,
Zach just sent me a photo.
Wait. Okay, so they let me in, and they let me see Indy, and she's like looking me in the eyes like she'll never see another human again.
Dude, it sucked. It sucked so bad, Jared.
And she's holding my hand because like she's scared, obviously, and she's still got a skeleton. She drew like a skeleton hand on her hand. I know, but it was just funny.
It was funny. I had a skeleton hand drawn all over my hand. If anyone saw that on my Instagram.
So this is what I see when I walk in.
Like, literally looks like you're on your deathbed.
Because I don't know if you could tell, but like my hair is sticking to my face. I was sweating so bad, but I was freezing.
Oh my God.
God, I look so bad.
That's rough. That's a rough day.
Yeah, so they let me in. They let me in for like 5 minutes. Let me in for 5 minutes. I head out.
I begged my nurse. Brittany, what's up? I begged my nurse. I was like, please, like, because I was scared. I was so scared, and like I didn't have anyone there because of COVID. My mom couldn't even see me for those days. Like, I was like, please let me say goodbye to someone. Like, I was so scared.
They weren't letting anyone in. They called me. They said, wait, are you Zach Justice? I said, I am. They're like, dude,
I love your TikToks.
I signed a couple autographs, headed in and said, what's up, shawty? You still sick? Just kidding. I was very empathetic. And
then he goes, hey. I said, hey. I was really sad. I was like really pissed off and sad. So they kept me there for the night. They moved me about 7 a.m, and another doctor came on shift, and he goes, they couldn't figure out what was wrong with me. They just knew that my temperature was insanely high. My blood cell count was through the roof. My heart rate was insane, and I was throwing up. They could not figure out what was wrong with me. Tests, whatever, ultrasounds, x-rays, bullshit. They end up being like, oh, you're suffering from severe migraines that are absolutely effing with your entire body. And I was like, migraines do this to people? And they go, yeah, couldn't be worse. Like my mom used to suffer from them, and she's had to be hospitalized multiple times due to migraines. Whatever, they moved me up to they admit me to hospital at this point. So they moved me up to a room.
She graduated. Yay!
They did. They admit me to a room, and I have the room to myself until last night. Then I get a roommate.
What was her name?
Jennifer.
And what was she hooked on?
Heroin.
Nice.
My roommate was a heroin addict.
That needle baby girl.
And let me say, very empathetic. If you're struggling
with heroin,
if you're struggling with any form of drug, please go get the help
substance,
you need.
yeah.
Please, this is not a joke. I know I'm about to joke about it, but it's really not. Drug abuse, not a joke. What she's going through, it should just be a massive effing warning for you to never do drugs. Disclaimer ended. Now let me talk my shit. Jennifer comes into the room, right?
Now let me talk my shit.
It's about 11 p.m. You don't sleep when you're in the hospital, which is ironic because your body does most of the healing when you're sleeping.
Yeah.
You don't sleep. So you sleep in 45-minute increments, and then they come and wake you up and they're like, we got to do your vitals. And I'm like, take my fucking blood pressure, do my fucking temp, get the out. I'm so tired.
If you wake me up one more time, someone's going to need to check your vitals.
Actually, yeah, that's funny. No, all my nurses were beautiful. I had Allie and Brittany and Heather and
was this The
Esther.
Bachelor?
That's what I was going to say.
Dude, that's how long I was there. Nurses stay on call for 16-hour shifts. That's how long I was there. So they come in and they bring Jennifer in, right? She's being super loud. She's got wounds all over her entire body. I never figured out why she was actually there, though. Sure it had something to do with the heroin, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, to put
if I had to take
but she had
she
was bleeding everywhere. She had wounds all over her body, and
sounds like a heroin addict.
I don't know what's going on.
Well, it's heroin that makes them feel like they have bugs under their skin,
and
right?
meth, I think.
And meth does that.
I'm sure she did a little bit of both.
Meth is probably.
So they're admitting her, right? And this is 11:30. I am so effing tired. I've been doing tests all day, barely gotten sleep, body's still in pain, not feeling good.
Roomie comes in. Obviously, it's
not a great thing when you first get admitted to hospital because she's clearly in pain. She's hooked on heroin, not doing well. So they start asking her admission questions. She's out of it, obviously, because of everything. And so she asked the same question a million times. And then they get to the drug question because they asked me too, because due to everything, they're like, you ever done drugs? And I go, mm-mm. They go, any history? No. You sure? Yes. And they go, okay, sorry, we just have to check. And I go, it's okay.
And for anyone listening, when they ask that question, you can't get in trouble. It's kind of like pleading the fifth.
No,
they just
patient records are private. They just need to know so they know what medicine they can give you and can't give you.
Exactly.
And what they it's literally, if you lie to them, you could kill yourself.
Yeah.
It does no good. And so she goes, and they get to the drug question, and they already know the answer.
And they also already know from
the answer, from
urine
blood tests,
samples,
from everything.
Yeah.
And so they go, any drug history? And she goes, no. They go, you don't do drugs. She goes, nope.
I trust her.
She goes, nope. And they go, no history of drugs, no recent history of drug use. And she goes, mm-mm. And they go, you sure? She goes, well, heroin.
That one does slip your mind because you're like, is it a drug? Is it not?
They go, heroin. She goes, okay. She doesn't even bat an eyelid. She goes, when was the last time you used? She goes, this morning, 10 a.m. And I go, I'm listening to this going, that's funny. That's hilarious.
Oh my
Whatever.
God.
She's just annoying. You have nurse call buttons to make sure you don't wake up the entire hospital by just screaming nurse. You hit the call button, they come in, right? She doesn't know how to use hers. So at 5 a.m, she goes,
Jennifer, come on.
At 5 a.m, I've barely slept the past 4 days. She doesn't effing hit her button. She just screams, nurse! Nurse! Nurse!
Jenny from the cell block.
Is just screaming it. And obviously they're not going to hear you because they're either in their quarters or they're in their section. And so I hit the button for them and they come in and they go, you need something? I go, nope. She does though. And so she goes, can I get Jell-O?
Dude, I understand. Sometimes you're fiending for some Jell-O.
But I was so mad. Well,
you've never craved Jello while on heroin, so why don't you be
Anyway, so whatever, more shit happens throughout the night. She has a bed alarm on because she can't leave her bed without the alarm going off because she needs help getting out of bed because of how bad her wounds are. And she doesn't care. She just gets up in the middle of the night and it sets off the room alarm that goes beep, 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 and I wake up at like, this is now like 5:30 or something, and I go,
because you're scared she's gonna kill you.
yes, I barely slept because I'm scared she's just gonna wake up and start like, I don't know, killing me. I don't know what's gonna happen. No, all I know is all the sharps had to leave the room, and that was enough. That was enough. God. And so the bed alarm starts going off, and that means she's out of bed. And I go, and they run in. They go, Jennifer, we told you not to leave the bed. And she goes, I had to pee, and just starts peeing with the door wide open.
She wants Jello.
She just starts peeing with the door wide open, and I'm like, that's not.
You saw heroin addict.
No, they had the curtain pulled.
This is what Neo was talking about when he was singing about an independent woman.
Oh, dude. Jenny gets me aroused. I'm gonna be willing to say it. One of us was thinking
anyway.
It. Wait, you guys were sharing a bathroom, and then she didn't leave blood on the floor at all, right?
Oh, 100% she did.
Okay.
Left blood in the toilet, on the floor, and so I just went to a nurse.
She was peeing blood? What?
She does heroin. What did you expect?
She's just leaking blood a little bit.
I actually think she was on her period.
So she's not pregnant. It's a silver lining.
Whatever. And I went to the nurse, and like I was hooked to an IV like the whole 3 days I was there. So I couldn't get out of bed without getting them to unhook the IV for me. And so I called a nurse. She unhooked it, and I was like, I need to use a bathroom. And she was like, okay, unhook me. And I go, can I use a different bathroom? And she goes, why? And I like she opened it. She goes,
oh, that's
okay,
so
there was just
gross.
they had to call cleaners in because there was just blood everywhere. It was so nasty.
So it kind of looked like your New York trip.
It looked worse than that,
wow.
which was really surprising. Like it was so bad. I didn't sleep a wink. The next day, I don't get discharged until about I think it was like 3 o'clock, 4
Something
o'clock.
like that.
There was like 2:30, 3 o'clock before I get discharged. They do more tests. They never really found out what was wrong with me. They put down the nausea and the vomiting to severe migraines. I have to go see a neurologist. They don't know why my white blood cell was high. All they know is that my like temperature was stupid high, and so is my white blood cell count. So now I gotta go see a bunch of doctors and
Did you get Jenny's email? We could probably have her on next week.
figure all that shit out. Oh, right
Special
before I was
guest.
leaving, she got lunch. She couldn't be a louder eater if she tried. All I kept hearing, you guys were on FaceTime with me, and you heard her eating her graham crackers.
Yeah, that's actually true.
God, it was so annoying. It's my biggest pet peeve to hear people eat. Like, biggest pet peeve. And all I kept hearing was,
She's hungry.
or
Jenny's
like
hungry,
slurping
baby.
of Jello.
Oh yeah, she loves it. What flavor Jello?
Ooh, I don't know. I don't care.
So she seemed like an orange girl.
God,
Really?
I'm sorry. That's normally the flavor you get in hospitals. It sucked. But do you know what I got for lunch? I got one meal while I was there because I wasn't allowed to eat due to all the tests I was doing because it didn't want to with my blood sugar levels and everything. I got one meal, and it was effing a clear liquid diet is what I got. Clear liquid diet. And I FaceTimed Zach when I got it. I FaceTimed Zach when I got it, and he goes, you got food? I went,
I got glorified ice.
I like literally was in tears. This is how my eyes looked. I went, vegetable broth. This is broth. This is vegetable broth.
Jared and I were contemplating going and buying
it has
scrubs.
pretty much nothing in it. It's just kind of to make you feel like you're eating something or.
But Jared and I were contemplating buying scrubs to go in there and just like say hi to you.
I mean, you're like,
Yeah.
it's a vegetable.
Well, it was so funny because like Zach and I were really debating it.
like,
and I was like, how much are scrubs? And Zach goes, I think we need to ask how much are legal fees because this has to be super
we were gonna
illegal.
go on the website and like Photoshop like badges and do the whole deal.
Could not be more illegal.
But wouldn't you like to see us?
I would have really appreciated it, but
Okay,
then
that
if
would have been
my
such
nurse
a
came
fun
in.
story.
My nurse would have come in and been like,
We would have been like, wrong hospital, our bad. We would have jet.
but you have the fake.
the right badges.
That's what mixed us up. Good
Yeah,
call.
yeah.
We're heading out.
We're heading out. Anyway, finally got discharged, went home, showered for the first time in like 3 or 4 days.
So I was over there. My hoodie was there for some reason. So she stole my hoodie, like one of my favorite hoodies, and she wore it for, I think, going on 4 days or 3 or 4 days.
Had mascara all over it because I was crying because I get really emotional when I get sick because I hate the feeling, especially if you've ever been nauseous. It's the worst feeling. I would much rather be feeling any other way than being.
I would much rather feel better than worse.
No, but like if you're gonna be sick, feeling nauseous is the worst feeling because it's just like, because like you just feel like you're going to throw up the whole day until you do finally throw up. And then you get like 2 minutes of, oh yeah, I feel good.
Of relief.
And then it's just like, you. Years.
And you.
So that was
Black
my trip to the emergency room. I don't know if any. Oh, I did plug our podcast to Dr. Hirsch.
Oh, Dr. Hirsch is listening.
I added Dr. Hirsch. Who
Did
was
you get
very
that
nice.
Hershey's kiss? I'm joking.
I do have his number because he's like, you need to come back in a week to come see all of our doctors again because we're still a little confused as to what's happening with you. And I was like, but please let me go home.
Isn't it
Please.
so weird how, like, with everything we know about the human body, how
It's still so unpredictable and
Yeah.
so like,
and like shit can just happen and nobody knows why. That's so weird.
because
to
I'm
me.
still not convinced the nausea and the vomiting came down to migraines.
Well, I mean, that's fairly like the mind
is
is
very
extremely
common.
powerful. You know, like if you like, there's a
Oh,
reason.
here
like,
comes the TED Talk.
placebos are a thing. God damn it, you ruined it for me. Like I was gonna be so excited to talk about.
No, be excited.
mind.
Jared is a small joke among friends. Go ahead. Placebo me.
no, it's
You
just
made it weird. No, but it's yeah. My mom used to be hospitalized for migraines all the time. She said that one time her migraine got so bad that she couldn't even talk for like 4 days. Like she was just mumbling her way through because that's how bad they get. And I was like, that's crazy. I gotta get this fixed.
I think Fetty Wap's got that.
I was gonna make a SoundCloud rapper joke. I was gonna be like, and that was the start of her SoundCloud career. Damn it, Zach, you beat me to it.
Anyway, so that was
I had no idea any of this was happening while I was gone until Monday. I think Monday.
I forgot to tell Jared you were like still in the hospital because I was telling everyone, like everyone was asking me about you.
Oh yeah,
like,
I got so many calls and texts, but like also I didn't have a charger there and like I could barely be on my phone because I was just like not feeling good at all. And so I woke up one time from like napping to like 100 calls like from Taylor and Megan and Gina, your mom, and
Mom, you called her?
oh yeah, I spoke to Gina actually.
What'd she say?
She's just like, hi, sweet girl. She always calls me sweet girl. She's so sweet. She called me, hi, sweet girl. Because at first I thought it was a kidney infection, which scared the shit out of me to be in the room and then being like, so the doctors think it's a really bad kidney infection. I go,
That's some scary shit.
what does that mean? I didn't know half the shit that they were saying too. Like I didn't know what words they meant, what they were saying, what anything meant, because it's like they use fancy big words. And at one point I called my mom.
Stethoscope.
Well, at one point I called. Shut up. At one point I called my mom and I was like, can I call my mom so she can like take notes? Because they were giving me this big spiel as to what was wrong with me. They go, yeah, I call my mom. My mom's sitting there and she's writing things down. She goes, I'm going to have to Google all this. But anyway, no, I woke up to like 100 calls from like everyone, like a lot of your family and my family and friends. And it was really sweet. But you didn't tell Jared?
No, I had no idea that you were like in the hospital until I got back to LA.
What?
Oh, no, he was on the plane when it all happened.
Yeah, well, yeah, because like I FaceTimed you.
I told you she was sick, though, before that, right?
I knew she was sick
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I
You didn't know I
FaceTimed.
was that sick.
I just FaceTimed her and I was like, hey, could you pick me up from the airport? And she's like, oh, I'm actually like, or you couldn't even really form words. You're like, I've been throwing up all day. You know, like you were like,
I don't know what to do.
you were like in bed curled up and you're like, I don't feel good. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll just ask Zach. And then I asked Zach, I was like, hey, could you pick me up? He's like, yeah, sure. And
I
then,
mean, it's cancer. I guess still.
and then I didn't know that she was in the hospital until I got to LA. And I was like, you still picking me up? And Zach was like, nah, we took Indy to the ER. So just catch an Uber. And I was like, oh, what the fuck happened?
Oh yeah. She's in the hospital. She's been there for a couple of days now.
But
yeah.
like actually, and I was like, oh shit. And then like you were still there like for a day and a half while once I got back, I was like, oh, this is serious.
It was so sucky. I like came home and like I walked in. No, actually I came here first because I didn't have apartment keys and Riley was doing errands or something. So I came to Zach and Jared's first. I walk in and they go, hey. I go, that sucks.
Zach goes, what's up, sickness?
I was like, sick, guys. That's really not, hey, how are you guys? Sup, sickness?
What's up, sickness?
Sicky McSickerson.
That's what you said.
I know.
So it doesn't make you go, sup, sickness. You go, sup, sicky McSickerness. Thanks, guys. Thanks.
Those are the signs of true friends.
Yeah, you're
I wanna
welcome.
hear it.
Anyway, I'm sorry. I don't want to complain the whole podcast about that, but
Well,
like,
then stop.
yeah,
I'm just kidding.
but it also did really scare me because a lot of the doctors kept being like, oh, when I was getting an x-ray, I was getting an x-ray of my chest and my back to make sure it wasn't meningitis because they told me I had to get a freaking injection in my back that was about this big. which I was terrified about. I think I cried on the phone to you about it. Like, I was like,
Yes.
oh, they said that they have to give me a lumbar injection, and it's big, and it's painful. And my mom had to get one before, and so she was crying on the phone when I told her that. But regardless, I was getting an x-ray, and this is what the x-ray doctor does. Ready?
And he's making a face for the audio listeners that is not good.
And I go, what? He goes, I'll just let the doctor come talk to you. I said, well,
That's the worst thing
I
hear.
said, what's wrong? What happened? He goes, well, legally, we're not allowed to give advice. We're not allowed to give reports out.
It's like that feeling Indy gives you. You know when Indy says, "Hey, we need to talk later," and then she doesn't tell you now.
Yeah.
It's just like,
You're
but we're
like-
both right here.
But like, can you imagine like you're sick as shit, and then they go, oh, what? What? But at the same time, the only thing I could keep thinking of is like this is gonna sound fucked up. At some point, I kind of wanted it to be COVID, so they knew what it was and how to treat it. Like,
Yeah.
I kind of did, because I was like, they don't know what this is, nor do they know how to treat this. So they were just throwing things in my body, being like, we'll
I mean,
see.
I feel like that's fairly common to like wish it was like, if they don't know what it is, wish
it was something that they knew what. Yeah, I guess so.
Just
Yeah.
throwing things in your body. Felt like a cheap hooker on 4th Street on a discount night.
Thanks, Zach.
You're welcome.
We're
I
just
think
gonna let
I
it slide.
speak both for Jared and I when I say we are glad that you are better now.
There you go.
There we go.
You are
Thanks,
such
guys.
a poet with words.
You know,
oh
Poet.
my God.
Anyway, that was my story, and that's that.
Well, we're glad you're out. Let's give her some. Come on, Jared, say something about it like that.
Yeah, we're so thrilled that you're feeling better.
You're feeling better.
Do you guys think you're gonna get rid of me?
No. Good call on the no.
At any
Hey,
point,
ready? 1, 2, 3. No.
At any point, did someone have a little bit of a smirk because it was quieter around here?
Dude,
Are
at
you
one
kidding?
point,
I
one
was
point-
gone for most of the time, so no.
at one point,
Zach?
oh, no, it was Skylar who called me.
Oh, Skylar texted me.
No,
that
no.
was hilarious.
Skylar called me and he's like,
Skylar's Zach's like best friend from back in Georgia, and like him and I have like I think it's a fake hatred for each other, but I think he thinks it's real, or I think it's real for him, and sometimes it's real for me too. So Skylar, if you're watching this,
yeah, so
and then
Skylar
he's
calls
That's
me
getting bleeped
and
out,
I'm like,
so.
yeah, she's been in the hospital for a couple days now. He's like, how's your time off been? I was like, all things aside, I've had a much clearer head.
he texts me. He goes, "Hey, heard you're in the hospital and not feeling well. If you need anything, please don't call me." And I was like,
God.
I was like, thanks, Kyle. I'll make sure not to call. And then he calls me when I'm back. He goes, I called him when I got out of the hospital. He goes, "You're out." I said, "Yeah." He goes, "What a shame."
That's a beautiful friendship
Thanks,
right there.
Skylar. Thanks, dude.
All right, well, so
And that's that story.
so Indy almost died twice. Okay, so let's move on a little bit, yeah? I mean,
Okay.
everybody good with
Sorry, I kind of took up a majority of the.
No, that
podcast
was the
this
point.
week.
We had stuff
Yeah,
to talk
that was-
about.
yeah,
that
we
was
had-
real exciting for us. Jared and I are like, okay, not much work this week. All we got to do is react. I got an IV. What? That's easy.
Oh,
we
I
can
was-
do
Someone
that
tried
all
to
day.
break in. Nice.
No.
Nice.
Okay, so I saw this on TikTok.
TikTok.
If you were the opposite sex, but with like all your thoughts and personality and everything, would you date yourself?
Hell yeah.
God no.
Yeah. Why or why not? Like, what are the traits
You
that
date
you?
yourself, Jared?
Fuck yeah.
Love a
Okay,
confident
why?
man.
Wait. Let's let Jared go first. What would you like about yourself? How would you treat yourself?
Okay, first.
You're a female. You bustin'. Got some big old
Stop.
personality.
Okay, real quick. I've told these two to quit doing that.
You said it once.
I've told you guys multiple times. Riley, you've been there every time I've said it.
Is this true?
Yes? Thank you.
Probably doesn't know what's going
Probably.
on.
She's on my side.
She's on her.
Period.
She's on TikTok right now.
Period.
Okay, first of all, I'm sweet as fuck.
Okay, that's a weird. That's
Okay, not a douchebag.
Kind, compassionate, caring.
Kind, compassionate, caring. That's what I look for, in a partner.
You just look for you, but girls. Because that's what Hannah is.
I mean, yeah, basically.
He's
what?
like,
Okay,
I love
what?
myself.
Okay, so those are the parts you'd love. What part wouldn't you like dating yourself?
I'm a very self-conscious human being, and so I.
In your defense also, I don't think that, like, sometimes when people hear that, like, I'm a self-conscious, insecure person, they think of it in the way that's, like, the bad kind. Like, obviously, it's, like, not great to be insecure and self-conscious, but yours isn't ever in the kind that, like, reflects on others to make others feel, like, shitty. Does that make sense? Your self-consciousness and insecurities come from, like, within and for you, but it's never reflected onto anyone around you. It's never, like, I'm insecure, so I'm going to make you feel like shit. Like, it's never this kind that's, like, I'm insecure about me and everything that I'm going through, so I'm going to project this onto my girlfriend and make it seem like I'm just jealous and this and that and that.
Whoa, she just spit facts.
Okay,
Oh
but
my God.
what do you and you have a good sex life?
I'm great at sex.
No, but like, could you take it?
Could I? Oh.
He just goes,
He goes,
good idea. Oh.
okay, well, as much as you want to have sex as a male, I'm assuming that's as much as you'd want to have sex as a female.
Yeah,
Because it's you.
probably. Exactly.
So, yeah, you guys would be.
Yeah, we'd be
Oh,
great.
yeah. I mean, you'd let me watch.
Dude, what?
Over to Indy?
No, I wouldn't date myself.
For what reason?
I'm a super indecisive person. I've got some anger built up, but also like I just like don't know how to express myself or phrase things correctly.
So you would hurt your feelings all the time.
I would hurt my feelings pretty much 24/7, but then not know how to like combat it. Like I wouldn't know because I don't know how to phrase things, and then I'd hurt my others' feelings.
Yeah, dude, you guys would be like,
I just don't know how to phrase things correctly, and I don't know how to express my emotions in a healthy way. And I don't know. I just don't
Okay,
think we'd
no.
have a good time.
Okay.
I'd never eat because like the only people that like
yeah, because you'd be like, what do you want to eat? I don't know. What do you want to eat? I don't know. Why don't you know what you want to eat? Well, why don't you know what you
yeah,
want
it
to
would
eat?
just be a whole
Fine, I guess we're not eating.
eating. It'd be a shit
And
story.
then,
Well, I wanna eat.
and then 20 minutes later, you want Macca's?
You
Yeah,
want
I guess so,
McDonald's?
man.
You guys would just eat McDonald's 24/7. Okay, what are some good qualities though?
I know I got a fat ass. That's kind of nice.
No. Okay.
but like yeah.
I think you have more endearing qualities
Okay.
than that.
This is a guy. This is a guy version of you.
I genuinely think I feel other people's emotions, and like I do care so much for other people, and I know I shut off a lot, and I just like shut out and whatever, but like I really do care for other people, whether it's in the smallest way or the biggest way possible. So I think that'd be kind of nice to have somebody to like care for me in that way and that strongly.
Would the physical interaction be good?
I don't know. I'm not like a very like driven person in that way, so I think we just like sit and watch movies the whole time. I think they'd just be like we'd like probably start and then we'd be like, oh, but man, I'm like really tired and I really wanted to watch Bridgerton. So can we just call it a night? And they'd be like, yeah, man, sick. Let's watch. I think it'd be weird. Think about having sex with yourself.
Well, no, it's like it wouldn't be in this world. It's
Are
not.
you inside the other person's head too?
Yeah, you're in them. Yeah. Well, they're in you. Depends on you're both. Anyway, go ahead. I don't know how to phrase that.
I just know that a person like me couldn't date a person like me. It takes a really certain type of a human being to deal with me and my emotions, and there are 3 of them in the world, and 1, 2, 3 are sitting in the room. You know what I mean?
Somehow.
Somehow.
Okay.
Like, y'all have been damn through it. Y'all have been damn through it. And I will admit, like, y'all have been put through some shit.
Do you think it's gonna like come around? Like, what if one of us goes off the rails a little bit? Like, are you gonna?
I
don't know. I've never dealt with somebody else going off.
Snapping.
I can see Zach snapping one day. He just goes,
Because Zach's always like so cool, calm, and collected that one day he's just going to wake up and he's just like, it's
I always take like the high road and like and everything like that. And one day I want to be so petty because like I have so much ammo, and I could just
go full Rambo.
Everybody good? I hope not. Okay. All
okay.
right. Would I date myself?
Yeah.
Yeah, would you date yourself?
Like, really consider it. Like,
Yeah, I'm trying to
the
consider
good
because
and the
I
bad.
know my good and bad, and I'm like, I think I would date myself
I would say so.
because like I know like I love quality time, and like I know I would give me that, and we would just have like the best time, and I like being creative and like working on stuff with like my partner. I don't like writing and things like that, and like that's all me would want to do. Like we would just be like, and me would be like, hey, you want to like go to New York right now? And me would be like, yeah, like on 5 minutes notice. I'd be like, yeah. And I'd be like, oh my gosh, this is so hot. I'm like, this is so hot. We start making out. And like, it's like, you want to go eat dinner in Georgia right now? Yeah. Well, I'm very spontaneous.
Yeah.
And I love doing spontaneous things. So like,
You're spontaneous in the ways that it's good. I'm spontaneous in the ways that it's bad. I'm like, y'all want to go get tattoos on a yacht?
yeah,
what I meant.
spontaneous, impulsive.
I meant to say impulsive. My bad. We're talking about this today.
Okay, so first, before we get into like fan questions and stuff, saw this DM. It is Tegan Shields. She's like, hey, it's my birthday. It'd be nice if you said happy birthday. So
Happy birthday,
Happy
Tegan
birthday
Shields.
to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
and that's copyrighted.
Oh, shit. Sorry.
Okay, so now this question, I was just we're not actually going to answer it. Fuck!
I also got like about 4 minutes to get this done.
Real quick question then. We'll rapid fire this. If you guys were a potato, how would you be cooked?
Fried, for sure. I love me a good fry. McDonald's version?
I'm a loaded baked potato, I think.
You are.
That sounds good. I'm a mashed potato
No.
person.
You're making a weird face right. Oh, Riley hates potatoes, but I'm.
Jared, don't take this a bad way. You're a tater tot.
Yeah.
I love that.
There we go.
Yeah,
Okay. It's 50-50.
A tater tot would say they like being tater tots, wouldn't they?
Dude, tater tots slap.
All right, moving on.
My question is, what mildly annoying curse do you wish you could curse people with? Love your podcast so much. 60% Indy, 30% Jared, and 10% Zach.
A mildly annoying curse I would curse my enemies with is always getting freaking hangnails. You know how annoying hangnails are? They're a little bit painful, but not too painful to the point where you can't deal with them, but they're just annoying. They get caught and you want to pick and then they bleed and just they're a bitch. Hangnails.
That's a good curse.
Yeah, it is.
I was thinking, okay, you know when you're walking and it's just like the tiny lip of like a sidewalk or
And
something,
you just trip
and you catch
and you
it,
look stupid.
You never fall, but you always go like you do that like little two-step. Where
You
you're
look
like,
stupid.
Yes,
I'd go.
but
I'd go
you do
stuffy
that.
nose.
You do that every 10 steps.
Stuffy nose, because that's
Oh,
the
no,
worst
you
when
should
you
go
can't
watery
breathe.
eyes.
No, stuffy nose
Stuffy
is
nose
way worse.
sucks when you can't breathe. Ugh.
I guess I'm thinking watery eyes for contact wearers. Y'all have been wearing your contact and watery eyes and you feel like they just fall out of your eyes. It's annoying.
We'll go through the memes real quick. We got a wholesome meme. I always love the wholesome memes. It's old Bart Simpson hugging a picture of Dropout.
I
Yeah,
like
it's
that they
so
left Jared out. They didn't want to see Jared.
Oh, that.
Hey, we should. Oh, we already have. I was just about to say we should update our logo, but we did ages ago.
we
I
did.
don't know why they use the old one.
This one's kind of funny. It's from the original It. It's Pennywise saying, I have the new Dropouts episode down here. And then me willingly climbing into the sewer with
That's
Pennywise.
sweet.
That
I
is
like when
cute.
people get murdered for
Me
our
too.
content.
I know, it's so sweet. And then this,
We're like, oh.
this right here is someone sent it. It's a video and they said Indy on other podcasts versus Indy on our podcast. And so it's Indy from the sink and I'll play it.
But Kyle does like dick.
Stop f***ing throwing the tomato sauce.
Round 2.
and then Indy,
tomato sauce.
Indy fucking winding up like she's a pitcher for the Dodgers to chuck it at me.
Oh, that's funny. That's really funny that
I
they
just
did
thought
that.
that was funny. So, okay, that's all I have for you guys.
Thank you
Maybe
guys so
just
much
in
for
time.
watching. If you made it to the end, DM me on Instagram. Your favorite meme again. They were so fun last week.
That's
I got to do it again. I do look through them.
Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Dropouts. I'm Indiana. That's Zach Justice. That's Jebro Music. Make sure to go follow us on Instagram at Dropouts Pod. Make sure to send in the weirdest questions you can think of. Like, comment, subscribe. Help us with the algorithm. Love you all. See you guys next week. Hit us with some outro music.
Bye. Hold on.